Hey, what's up, everybody? This is your girl, Sadie Star.
Your boy, Tone Low Hydro is in the house.
And you was watching
The Morning Crush.
Yes, and we also have a special guest on the show today. His name is Leland Jones, a.k.a. as Uncle Beatz.
And he also is bringing a friend with him, Kevin Hobbs. So stay tuned.
Okay, so I know you was on Windy City Underground maybe like a month ago, and we was talking about some of the things that you had going on, and one of the things that you mainly was talking about when you was on the Steve Wilkos show, and you was talking about a missing female that you knew, right, which was Alexis Scott.
Yes.
So could you kind of like reiterate on what happened with that?
Well, as of today, they still haven't found her. She ain't returned home. But what actually happened was she came up missing, and like a month earlier, she was out in Las Vegas with me and some of my people, and we were at the house gambling.
Wait, tell us how it all began, because I know
Well, I'm telling you.
Okay.
She came up missing, but a month earlier, we was in Las Vegas, and she was at a house with some of my people. We was having a bachelor party. There was a bunch of people there.
Right.
And a friend of one of my friends' friend said somebody stole his money, which I really think he just was busted out in Vegas and just tried to direct it towards the girls. And it wasn't no issue because I'm there. So it's like, ain't nobody gonna do nothing to nobody while I'm around. So later,
always,
I don't know why, when she came up missing, people told her mother that she said I was threatening her about the $500 that came up missing. And I'm like, that gotta be the most foolish thing ever. So they had it on Facebook, and somebody hit me on Facebook and said, yeah, this lady is talking about you on Facebook. So I just hit the lady like, hey, I don't know what you're talking about. Here you go. I bought her a plane ticket home. Here you go. I showed her like the screenshot of the plane ticket. She's still going back and forth. And me, I just don't feed into the circus. So I wasn't finna be on Facebook like, I ain't doing what you talking about. Like, hey, whatever you want to think about me, think it. I don't care.
But Leland, let's go into how it became a legal matter. How did you know? Who brought it to your attention to make it a legal matter that you was being investigated for this girl's missing?
Well, the detectives called me, and he was asking me what happened in Vegas, and I told him, and then that was the end of it. So I don't want to say watching the Mozzie, because when I said it on Steve Wilkos, people just
watching the Mozzie. Tell the truth. Hey.
The next day I'm at the car wash, and I with this girl was with me, God rest her soul, because she passed away.
Okay.
And across the street, she was like, oh, they're my cousins over there. So I know the dudes.
Okay.
So I got to speak to them. I ain't seen them in a couple of years, but I'm cool with them. So we over there talking to them. The police pull up. So the detective get out. He's like, "What's up, Leland? Uncle Beatz?"
No,
I'm like, "Whoa!
Right.
Stop everything!" I'm like, "What are you coming saying? I don't know you." He's like, "Oh,
if you was around people."
He's like, "I talked to you earlier." I'm like, "Oh, well, yeah, okay, it's all good."
Okay.
I was like, "So what are you over here for?"
Right.
He's like, "Hey, man, let me talk to you." I'm like, "Man, you can talk to me in front of them."
Right.
Man, you ain't got nothing personal
with them, then they gonna be thinking all types.
I don't even care what they thinking. Right. I don't want him saying I took him to the side and he told me this.
Right.
Like, no, anything we talk about is finna be recorded or people in front of witnesses.
Gonna hear.
And he was like, yeah, this is the house she came up missing from. And I was like, oh, straight up. It was like she was with them. I was like, oh, sucks to be them. Like,
right.
You need to go ahead and talk to him.
You had nothing, so you had no idea what this detective was talking about.
So then later, the mama got back on Facebook.
Right.
But she was only going off of what this detective then went and told her that he seen me over there with him or whatever. So that just helps feed into the conspiracy that I had them kidnap her because I'm mad or whatever. And I'm just like, man, this is crazy. So she on Facebook saying stuff again. I called him.
Okay.
Like, hey, man, why did you go tell that lady I'm over there with them dudes. Now she's on Facebook saying all this foolishness, and it's gonna get somebody hurt.
Right.
Because if somebody run up on me, I'm gonna protect myself to the fullest of my capabilities.
Right.
So he was like, man, you should just come in and do an interview. I was like, okay.
So he promoting.
No, he talking about like a real interview at the police station though.
Oh no.
So
Yeah, it's preaching.
I hear my lawyer like, yeah, I wouldn't talk to him about nothing. I'm like, no, man, I'm not finna be tied into no nothing with no child molestation, nothing to do with no women, no kids. So I went. Told him what happened. I'm like, I ain't got nothing to hide. So I got no problem. Told him what happened. He's like, well, cool. Boom, when you tell anything. But you know, they still went on about it. They made a Facebook group. They talking about me and all the time, and I did this, and look at what I do, and I'm the first to say it. I kick it with strippers. Right. That's what I do. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, take it how you want to take it. So because I look at them and how big of a piece of slime I am. These people don't even know me though. Right. And I didn't get on there responding back to them. I'm like, hey, the rumors you hear about me, true, I don't care. I'm not finna, I don't have time every time somebody's saying something bad about me to get on there. Oh, like, I get on Facebook and Instagram to make money. If I can make money off of it, I wouldn't deal with it. I probably would get on it to hop in women inboxes, but I wouldn't be posting stuff. It's like, it's useless to me. So like, I had nothing to prove there. So
let's fast up a little bit. Let's go into when you was actually on the show.
Well, then it's just funny how God work. I was telling this female, I'm like, man, I done accomplished so much in my life right now. If I die today, I don't want nobody crying for me. I did everything I possibly wanted to do in life. I say, but I would hate to be here with that dirt on my name being tied to somebody missing.
Right.
And the next day, I get a call from Steve Wilco's show. And they was like, when I come on the show, and I'm like, yeah, if y'all can do it, then it fits my schedule because I'm real busy. And I could dress myself. Y'all ain't got no guy trying to tell me what to wear all that. Like, I'll do it. And they said, yeah. And I said, I'm only coming if y'all ask me the questions that the mama want me to answer. Nothing else. Like, so I don't
you
care
was
what
just,
it's about.
basically, you was proving yourself to her, like, listen, I have nothing to hide. This is what happened. That's what's up, though.
But, you know, I was thinking, too, because I've been wanting to help them.
Right.
But the lady didn't want me to help them.
Right.
I'm like, well, this will take it to a national level. Like, when they was arguing, because this was happening in Peoria. I'm from Chicago.
So, this happened in Peoria. So the girl was from Peoria. Okay.
And I'm from Chicago. So if I responded to it on Facebook, it would have gave her legs instantly.
Right.
From all type of people like, Beatz, what is this?
Right.
That, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, this finna take it worldwide.
Right.
If I do this, and that's gonna help them more than anything.
Right.
So people be looking. So that's the main reason I went. And I knew I was innocent too, and it was gonna prove it to try and give us some closure to like take that another direction and let me help y'all find her, because the girl was cool. I knew her, she was cool. I had no problem with it. You know what I'm saying?
But it was crazy. It was just crazy how because I saw the interview with Steve Wilco. With Steve Wilco, and it was just crazy how she was all up on you, you know, expressing that you had, you know, kidnapped her daughter.
Right.
And it was like she was coming at you like she knew that you was the one.
Right.
But you saying that you was around multiple people. You know what I'm saying? But why would they target you, I wonder?
Well, like I had no problem saying, I'm from the gutter, and everybody dirty in the gutter. So it's like,
well, everybody you're around, but I mean, I ain't saying
with all type of people. So you're going off an image of what somebody else then told you about me, instead of coming to find out who I am for yourself.
But then she probably was looking at the fact that, you know, you in a rap gang, you in the industry, you know. And she probably, you know, looked at them plus other people that's putting things in her head about you.
I'm a drug dealer, I'm a pimp, I'm this, on that. You don't know nothing about me.
Right.
But you do know that I tried to reach out to you.
Right.
Tried to talk to you, but you didn't want to talk.
But you held yourself real good on stage as far as, you know what I'm saying, temperamental rise.
Right.
You know, a lot of people wouldn't have been able to, you know, go toe-to-toe on stage with somebody accusing them of something so, you know, drastic.
Well,
but the good thing about it is that you took a lie detector test. And that right there proved, but she still wasn't satisfied, because I looked at the clip as well, and she was not satisfied.
I don't understand her logic, because it's like, okay, if the test said I failed, then you would have been happy. It's like, this is your test. Y'all called me with this, and I know how to keep my temper because, it's been times that I used to have to take out my shoestrings and go in the back. So I'm like, I'm not getting that no more, especially over, if it ain't directly involving my family, I really don't think somebody can get me angry with something. You know what I'm saying?
But, and also I understand where she's coming from as far as, want to find her daughter because there's so many Black women in America today that's been kidnapped by, it's like the thing is like nobody they don't see it. It's like everything has been swept under the rug as far as when it's comes to women and kids being kidnapped in America.
I'm on her side. Like I understand that she don't understand. So it's just like, you might not be thinking clear. So
and I think one of the things that you said on there was really touching. You was like, I have a daughter.
Right.
I want to help you find your daughter because I have kids, and plus you have a sister, cousins, So.
I got a daughter that my oldest daughter ran away. Wow. At one point when she was 16. And her mama going crazy. Right. And, I really didn't know how to approach it. Right. But I just like, hey, she's gonna come back when it's time for her to come back. Right. So I got this going for like a week or two. Then I called her, she ain't pick up the phone. Then I just texted her like, hey, well, if you're not gonna pick up the phone when I call, no sense in me paying your phone bill when the phone due. And she still ain't hit me back. But in the lady's defense, she was talking to like her cousins, but wasn't talking to us. Right. But eventually, I know you can't stay nowhere for free, or you're gonna have to. You either gonna come back, or you're gonna do what it takes to survive out there. And she called me, FaceTime me with the police at her, and I couldn't do nothing but laugh at her. Like,
you ever? I know you was just saying about y'all communicated, but have you ever has she ever took you up on your offer?
Well, I think they were doing a GoFundMe, and they needed like $7,500 to pay for a private investigator.
Right, because they still haven't found her yet. Right.
Wow.
Right, and I told her at the show, I was like, hey, I give you I had told her through Facebook anyway, I was like, hey, I'll give you the money for the private investigator. Then I told her at the show, like, hey, let me help you. I give you the money for the private investigator. Right. She said no. Another thing with the edits I was telling you about, when I told her, when she said no, I said, cool. I said, hey, Steve, y'all need to pay for this lady's private investigator. Right. They cut that out. They cut that part out. Right. They cut that part out.
But I think but the part they did keep, that he was, going off of what she said.
He was like, no, you need to take his money. They got that part, straight slime balls. Like, they've been calling me to come back on and all that stuff, and like, I can't respect them just because of that.
Because I saw that, I was like, because he was trying to jump on your bandwagon, like, look, he's offering to help.
But they edited out me asking them to help her.
Okay.
And like, to me, y'all just straight slime balls now, because y'all making all of this money off of commercials, and that show got like 1 million views, like 2 million views on the internet and stuff, and it's just like, they won't help that lady with nothing.
Right, they really wanted to help.
I came to really help. Right. Y'all just trying to make some money out the situation. Right. But I don't know why she got a problem with me, because it's like...
Now, how old was Alexis? How old was she?
Well, I ain't going to say was, because...
Okay, how old is she?
She should be 22 right now.
Oh, wow.
She should be 22 right now.
Okay.
But, I ain't going to lie, man. Like, the people that she's trying, because she's never saying that I kidnapped her. She's just saying I sent a shot and told them to kidnap her. The people that accuse them, they're not smart enough to get nobody and make them disappear like that. If that was the case, that'd be a booming business. People making people disappear for insurance money, all type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, them dudes... I don't even think they like that at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, because I know the dudes, I definitely know them, but no, it's just like.
What would they benefit from it?
What would they benefit? Well, I guess she's saying that I paid them to do it, but why am I get mad about somebody taking $500?
Right.
Then spend that much money to get my plane ticket home the next day. It don't make no sense.
It don't make no sense.
Because they was leaving another day. But I'm like, well, I'm finna leave and go to Costa Rica. I want y'all out of Vegas when I get out of Vegas.
Right.
So I just bought that couldn't change their tickets. I just bought them some tickets to leave the next day. So like, if you stole $500, why would I buy you a plane ticket?
Right.
Now, true, she didn't show up at the airport because she ran off with some dudes and went to Sacramento.
Because that was that was like kind of like her profession. She was a
She was just hot girl summer. You know what I'm saying? It was like she just was trying to get her some money however she could get it.
So I thought, you know what I'm saying, I heard that she was like into prostitution.
Well, I told her, like, you know, your daughter was a prostitute.
Right.
And it's a dangerous job. Like when my mom was
she was a prostitute? Did she
yeah.
Oh, wow.
Like my son, he into what he into.
Right.
So when stuff happened to him, I'll be like, no, why would that happen to him of all people? Like, no.
That comes
like,
with
you
the
know
business.
what? Yeah, you know what comes with the territory. I'm a rapper.
Always.
It's a dangerous job at times when I'm going to these different cities and
Haters
around
everywhere.
different gang members and all that. It's dangerous. So it's like, she knew what come with. So I was like, why are you acting like she could have just got in the car with anything? Like, you leave so many possibilities, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, I feel the mama's pain.
Man, you gotta
so
feel
I just
the
can't be
pain.
mad at her, you know what I'm saying?
You
Like,
gotta feel the pain.
like the other day, I seen her in the store, right? I know she seen me, right?
You talking about the mama?
The mama. This was like last week.
Wow.
I seen her in the store, but she ain't know I seen her already. So she's just making an extra loud conversation with people and stuff. So I look up, wait, but I done already seen you.
Right.
But I'm like, I'm not finna give you what you want. I'm not finna be arguing with you in public. I'm never finna argue with you in public anyway.
Right.
Because it's like, I done said what I had to say to you. My next thing is like with anything in life, I'm not about problems, I'm about resolutions.
If anything, if that was me, I would have been like, look, we got to see her. We got to find my baby. Like, we got to get her home, especially if you offering her the money to help her get an investigator. I was like, come on, let's do this. I need to get my I need to get my child. Right.
Pride is terrible, man.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. But I know if that was me, I would come on, let's do this.
Humble herself.
Like that's why I love to be on this platform talking about it.
And listen to the whole situation.
Right.
She's just unreasonable. Just bottom line. It's just like, what do you want me to do? You just want me to say I did this?
That's why I said when you was on stage, you held yourself in the utmost, you know what I'm saying, respected, position because she was all up on you.
Yeah.
She was all up on you, pointing. She was, direct. I don't know for a person.
They called me everything but a child of God, but they took it out though.
Okay.
Just cursing and going.
But you held your composure, man. You know what I'm saying? You represented yourself good because a lot of people go up there, you know what I'm saying? They go all off sudden ready to fight. You know what I'm saying? So you don't really get the subject out.
Oh, if she would have got me 20 years ago, they would have been like, oh, yeah, this guy's crazy.
Young
The old Beatz.
This guy's
back
crazy.
When you what you were saying, elaborating on when you was on our show last time, being a bully.
Being a bully.
The bully card.
God know what he doing. Because my mama and my auntie Joyce couldn't have been alive for this. I was telling my other auntie, Evergoyce is their sister. I was like, they would have been rolled down on this lady and found her and whooped her with no problem. With no problem.
That's family love, man.
At 70 years old.
But you know what? But I think that at the same time, your mother would have understood.
No, she would have. See, I'm somebody's baby too.
Right.
That's what people have to understand.
Right.
And like, you're not finna, and make no mistake, like when I was doing dumb stuff, my mama didn't like, oh, he, not my back. But she know what it take to hold my composure and to pass up opportunities, illegal opportunities and stuff and be focused. And like, this is the thanks I get. She know what I do to protect a woman. And this is the thanks I get. Like, nah, they would have drove down on her and attacked her.
So we go reiterate a little bit more on when you saw her in the store. So what happened?
Well, like I say, she was loud, like talking to people, like only anybody that could hear her in the store would have looked over at her.
Wow.
But I didn't look.
Wait, did they know that she was talking about you?
No, she wasn't talking about me.
Okay.
She was just telling some people.
Okay.
But it's like I put because I be sharing the Steve Wilkos thing, because like I say, I wanted to get out there to bring awareness of Alexis. And one of my ex-girlfriends, I'll say my stepkids, they grown now though. And they like, man, because the lady is a teacher also, like my mom and my sister is and my brother. But she's a teacher. Okay. And the stepkids are like, man, this was really one of my favorite teachers, but it's just crazy to see her this unreasonable about a man who been a father figure for me my whole life. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, and I'm just seeing that, and I'm just like, it went from people having this lady back to people talking bad about this lady.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
It's like,
Right.
and I don't know what to tell people. It's just like, because I tell people, they're like, no, F her, because she's wrong for accusing you of this. You know what I'm saying? So it makes people not want to help with finding Alexis.
Right.
But, you know, I did talk to the lady who running stuff and all that. And I ain't gonna lie, man. I tell her, like, if I hear something on the street, I tell her, like, hey, y'all need to go talk to so-and-so. Because people was telling me this and telling me that. You know what I'm saying?
I hope, you know, I hope they find her, because it's just, that's a scary thing to know that your child is missing.
Yeah, that sure is.
You know, it really
is. So we want to go into the another question. We want to get a little bit more. We're going to involve your friend now.
Okay.
We're going to get him into
Hobbs.
Yeah, Kevin Hobbs. We're going to get Kevin Hobbs into this story right now. Because we know y'all had some stuff that's going down in Arkansas that went down in Little Rock.
Yes.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? We want to, Kevin, once you start off by reiterating on your dealings with Uncle Beatz, how y'all got together down there.
He was a friend of my sister, and he was over at the house. There was a lot going on back then. So I've been knowing Uncle Beatz for like 20 years now. I think, like going on 20 years now.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, around there, around 20 years now.
Okay.
You know, time flies, but it's a blessing, you know. But a lot of things was going on. A lot of things been going on since then. But I always stayed connected with him. You know, I had left from there and went to Baltimore and stayed. You know, and I stayed in contact with him. I left there, went to Baltimore. I left there and went to Virginia Beach and stayed. And I've been in a few other places, but I always stayed in contact with him.
Okay. Well, we want to know what went down with the Little Rock issue.
Okay.
What went down there with y'all?
Well, we didn't have no issue. It was just, back in the day, I don't know if y'all remember, they had a documentary called Banging in Little Rock.
Yeah, I remember. I watched it over and over.
And I'm like, man, honestly, man, can't nothing be worse than Chicago.
You know, actually, when I saw that episode, I thought could nothing be worse. You know, by looking at that, I was like, wait a minute, they ain't got nothing. You know, Chicago ain't got nothing on Little Rock.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I was like, no way, you never saw it before?
I'm like, hey,
yeah, you got to see it.
Banging in Little Rock.
But see, the thing was, back then, it was a lot of brothers, and they come from California to us. We are the gangbang capital of the South.
Okay.
Right.
Still to this day?
To this day.
Yeah, I would have to agree.
You got me?
Wow.
So I don't know what's going on. And a lot of other things to branched out, which, you know, it's all right, but we don't promote, because all the people who's on the first video was passed on and gone, and a lot of them are my friends. And a lot of my friends, I continue to die from black on black violence.
But back in that, when I seen that, I just had to go see myself.
Yeah.
I'm just like, can't nothing be this worse than Chicago. And I just had to go see myself. So when I had the opportunity, I went down there and, hey, I put on all red.
You know what? He had on all red. I said, where's this guy here from? And then,
so it's like Bloods and Crips?
Yeah, Bloods and Crips. I put on all red. I'm like,
it's also folks and vice lords too.
Okay.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's a little bit different because they from Southwest.
Yeah.
You know, but
so you went down there being a bully.
Hold on, but what year was what year? Because I know back in the day, colors was everything.
This was like,
it was.
This was like
colors was everything.
This was like 2000, 2001. When I went down there, it was colors was everything. It was, but I did that to attract the.
When was that episode?
It was a whole. It wasn't an episode. It was a whole documentary.
Right. That was back in the 90s.
That was back.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
What was it about?
95 when it started.
Oh, we do it.
Oh, 95.
95 was the first documentary, which I was out there then.
Right, it was
and we can start back from 95.
Okay.
95.
In 3, 2, say you can kick it off with the question.
Okay, so when did this all started, the documentary?
Okay, it started back in 1995.
Okay.
And my uncle Lee Fell Jackson did the documentary. He was a Crip from 20s in Little Rock. And that's my uncle. His sons like my brothers. you know, and his daughters. And he did the documentary started, I think, with some of the guys in the neighborhood from Wolf's Creek, which is, you know, back in the day was, you know, I don't know, it's just different neighborhoods. It depends on what neighborhood you're from, actually.
Okay.
You know, but he started the documentary, and it went national because people didn't expect that to be coming out of Little Rock, Arkansas. You know, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of things go on in certain places that the media do not show.
Right.
Right.
Then when was the second one?
The second one was in 2000.
Okay. The second one.
I saw both of them.
Okay.
The second is when I
later.
said I'm gonna go check it out.
Okay.
Daredevil.
And but I went down there. I just wanted to do some music with it, the people down there.
Okay.
So I went down there, like I said, I put on the color so I could attract the white people that I wanted. Then I was gonna naturally tell them, man, I'm from Chicago, we don't do that. And I actually met a female first, like you say, his sister. And you know, me and her got to talking, and I told her what I was trying to do.
Right.
And she was like, man, you should come by my house and hang out with me, and I'm gonna have everybody come over. And that's what she did. And you know, her house was like they kicking it crib though.
Okay.
It's all type of people over there.
Yes.
We in there freestyling and rapping, and I was just like, hey, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna bring my studio back here with me. And they thought I was lying. And when I came back, the rest is history. You know?
Well, you've been doing it ever since.
Yes, ever since been doing it. And then what was going on down there was he had met my homeboy Courtney and my sister Kiki.
Okay.
And Michael Lee, rest in peace, and he gone and died. He died, and I was, you know, going through something when he passed, and I wouldn't be able to, you know, I was, you know, he just passed away, and it really touched me bad, man.
Right.
Yeah, it touched me bad, man. It's a long time
Michael
friend.
Lee was my man.
Okay.
My guy, and I didn't know he was passed until I called and asked. I called and asked about him, like you know, what Mike got going on down there. So Mike passed, man. I just dropped it. I've been through so much as far as my friends been going back and forth.
Right.
But ironically, me and these dudes, because he ain't the only one from Little Rock that I'm friends with.
Right, exactly.
Like the other day, me and another one of my homies down there, we did a song together. I put on my album. I had to get him on a song. My homie from Ghost, but it's he done been up here to Chicago with me a million times. And Ghost.
Carlito.
I'm talking about you too, though.
Yes, Carlito.
A million times, and it's like for us to just have the same story, same background, and be so far away from each other is just the dopest thing to me ever. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like I'm just blessed to God. I was telling earlier, I was telling somebody, I'm like, I never thought that the rap game, when I started rapping, I knew I was gonna get with all the stars. Like, it almost never even amazed me. Like as a kid, I'm like, yeah, I'm finna go to the concert. I'm finna meet Scarface, and they gonna want to beat me down with me and all that.
Right.
And
I'm
you
finna meet Easy. I did all that.
Yeah, being bread.
And I mean, I'm talking about we became friends with these people too, just more than rapping.
That's what's up.
But I never thought it'd have me meeting people like him,
Right.
that's straight from the street like I was. And we talking about how we want to change our lives, and we get together and we really work on it. You know what I'm saying?
Because I know earlier today I was talking to Kevin, and he was telling me I was just really because I know before the show started I kind of talked to him just to get to know a little bit about him, and he was telling me how he want to just change the world, because I know now the Crips and the Bloods, they came together, because back in the day they was gangbanging like crazy, especially up in LA, and it's like now just to hear the fact that they both gangs came together and was like, you know what, we're gonna bring some type of peace war. Where it's going to be peace, stop the black on black crime. And I think that's a good thing. And even, looking at Snoop Dogg, and it's like now just hearing about the Bloods and Crips, they made it such a sophisticated game, now like it's so sophisticated, like it's not like a bad thing to be a Crip anymore or a Blood, versus to back in the day, was such a bad thing. Like, oh my God, they go a Crip or a Blood, because you heard so many bad things.
Colors and everything.
Right. Because I remember looking at some of the documentaries when y'all did it, and I'm like, oh my God, it's like the worst game ever. Because like you have to get beat up to get in a game. They'll beat you up, or After you said,
Hollywood is making it how they want to.
Right,
Like,
right.
I got homies that's real live Bloods and Crips, and they is still with all that. You know what I'm saying?
That's
they real live Bloods and Crips, and they is with all that. You know what I'm saying? So they really don't like
package.
They really don't like when they see people on TV making it like it's sweet. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
they don't.
Well, I got a lot of friends out in Inglewood.
Right.
Like a few of my guys.
Chicago, Inglewood?
California. Inglewood.
He got Chicago,
San
Inglewood.
Diego, Vegas, all through that Sacktown. You know, excuse me. I mess with all the Don moves out there, definitely.
Right.
And, but we on a rise and we on some movements.
Right.
It's a movement with us.
Right. And that's a good thing.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
But you know what? Even back in the day, I was looking at like the different gang leaders from back in the day, how, before being a gang back then was such a bad thing, what they actually did was they built places, like they open up a building and they'll have it to where black women, if you can afford certain things,
like
we're gonna open up the WIC, real exactly like WIC, and they gave milk to black women and milk and cheese and different things like that.
You finna make me say something
different avenues
that I don't want to say.
What's that?
But I feel like I gotta say this.
Yes.
All that don't matter if you're doing the devil's work at the end of the day.
That's true.
And it's like, well, when them drugs hit the street, I don't care how good your organization is, what you're trying to do, but selling drugs is just wrong on every format.
It is, because you're feeding all this stuff into your community.
Because it's just like...
Tearing down families.
Forget the part of people being drug addicts.
Right.
Now you got, he want to go rob the drug dealer.
Right.
He coming there now. He killed the kids,
right?
And now the kids. It's like it's
all
nothing good comes from drugs. Like that's why I don't do drugs in no form or fashion, because it's just like I seen what it did. I lost my virginity because of drugs at the wrong time. Like that might sound crazy to people, but it's just like it could have turned me in. It could have sent me in a different direction if I would have did it different.
Beatz, check this out, Jen. When you saying with the drugs and all that, let everybody know how you elevated yourself from all the mud forces, what you was talking about, the mud forces and the dealing with the dirty, grimy people out there. How would you separate? How did you separate yourself?
Well, what I said, if you get it out the mud, you're gonna be around dirty people. Because that's what's in the mud, you know what I'm saying?
But how did you separate yourself from that?
Man, I ain't gonna lie, man. I just had to really like I tell my son all the time, like, man, I just got blessed. And I really just was asking God every day, man. It's just like, I would have like a lot of street money, man. And I just be like, I gotta get away from this.
Right.
Like, this is the worst thing ever. To have me and my cousins riding, and we just got grocery bags that's full of money. I'm just like, what are we gonna do? Like somebody gonna rob us? Like it was like I just every day pray God to get away from it. Then one day I was just like, man, I'm just finna, cause really the drugs, the street, that messed up my rap career. Because I couldn't leave it alone. Because it's like, I understand what these young dudes doing. Because it's like an adrenaline rush to be riding around with a pistol.
Real. That grime is real. When you start
it's like an adrenaline rush. No, not even that part. Not even the hustle side. Just being in the street. It's just an adrenaline rush to me at least. Just being a gangster. And I don't mean like GD when I say gangster. Just being amongst that street thing.
Hustler.
Because I think it's more of a lifestyle that people are addicted to, like me.
Right.
I can speak for me. I was addicted to the lifestyle.
Right.
And I get a bang out of it because I like doing what I want to do, how I want to do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's exactly.
I'm just being honest.
That's the exact feeling that I was living with all them years, and I feel like a lot of my homeboys was too. But he just said it. So it's like, I just think, I just got tired of it, man, because this is like, I knew my destiny was dead or in jail.
Right.
And then, I ain't gonna lie, I even got to see like old gangsters and they was broke. Yeah. So I'm like once your age push you out the game, what you gonna be? But then
you gotta have that credit. Like you were saying, you come from a family that was built.
You took the words out of my mouth.
With credit and all that.
I had people in my ear telling me like one time, man, my brother came and bombed me out of jail, and he was like, "Yeah, you can't play with God." I'm like, "Man, what is this fool talking about?" He was like, "I can't play with God," and he's like, "You're gonna mess around and get in a situation where I can't help you." He's like, "If it was up to me, I would do the time for you if you get caught doing something, but you're gonna get in a situation where I can't help you." And then,
that's love.
And so I just grew. I was like, man, I'm gonna just go full fledged with this rap thing. I told the person who was my girlfriend at the time, like, hey, I'm finna just take all the good money I got, try and be a rapper. So if you with me, you with me. If you're not with me, you're not with me. She left.
She's like, nope.
Were you holding down a job before that, or you was in the streets?
Nah, man, I was in the street. I did have a job, right? My daddy got me a good job working for International. They made like engines for school buses, and they still make them for
International, right.
big trucks. Like my brother worked there right now. My daddy retired from there. So I was working there, man, and I was making good money, but I just like, this ain't for me.
Right.
But my daddy taught me how to be a hustler. See, people get drug dealer and hustler confused.
Okay.
My daddy he just always had a business. He just always showed us how to make money. So I'm just like, I can't do it this way. I'm gonna do it this other way. So I bought me some studio equipment and found me some rappers. That's when I was looking up to one of my idols, Master P. I'm like, man, I'm gonna do what he doing. I'm gonna do what I seen Jay Prince doing, and it didn't go as quick as it did for them.
Right.
Because like I said, I was still in the streets though. Still, even though I was trying to get away from it.
But you said you was just hanging with the heavyweights back in the day. You was hanging with the heavyweights.
But see, some people will let you hang with them all day, but they ain't gonna let you make no money.
They ain't gonna let you in.
You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna let you make. They gonna use you for. They gonna use you for. Like I was just telling y'all before, like one of my just recently, because y'all won't believe how they treat these legends at some of these clubs and these venues. They won't let them in.
Wow.
So I see somebody who's a real famous rapper, and I'm coming to get my guys from the radio station in, and they're like, yeah, they got your boy right there. They won't let him in. I don't even know how you know I knew him.
Right.
I'm like, what? So I go walk to the car, and he has some people with him. I'm like, what's up, fam? And he's like, yeah, they're not gonna let us in. The white dude with him. They're not gonna let us in. We don't have passes. And he said, man, what? Beatz is a killer. I'm like, Beatz is a killer.
Right.
I'm like, so you're gonna kill to get you inside of here?
Right.
I'm like, where did that come from?
Right.
So anyway, I go take them in, and we go in the cars, and Juicy and Paul and Crunchy, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying that to say, I felt like rappers kept me around to be their security or be their send-off man or be their Chicago pass, you know what I'm saying? But they ain't let me make no money. But some rappers did in Chicago. I might forget somebody, but I know like Crucial Conflict, when I got with them instantly, they was letting me get money.
Okay.
My guy Natris G, instantly he had got a deal with Universal, was letting me get money. Okay. So I'm like, man, you can't make money off this. But the person who really did it, can't take nothing away from him, was Project Pat. Okay. And it was almost like on that movie Paid in Full when the guy like give him too much drugs and stuff. So when I first met him, we hooking up some shows. So I go to give him the money from the show, and he like, did you get your money? I'm like, what you mean, did I get my money? He like, you gotta get paid. I'm like, no, you rapping. This is your show.
Right.
He's like, man, what's wrong with you, man? Like, you're supposed to get paid if you set up something.
Right.
And I'm like, huh?
For real?
He like, you got all these people with you and stuff? Because I always ran with like a big entourage and like that. Right. And he gave me some money. I was like, wow. And like after that, I was calling him the next day like, hey, what you doing? And another thing that he taught me, and I kind of got it from my daddy too, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I be around people who I know is in a good financial situation, and I never ask them for money, but give me an opportunity to make some money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then I'm gonna go do what I do. And one thing is my downfall. I just always try and bring everybody with me. Right.
Because I know since I've been, knowing you a little bit more, you do more than rap.
Right.
You produce, you know what I'm saying? You bring people together, you know what I'm saying? You like promote, you know what I'm saying?
Plus, you're a good person on top
So,
of that.
you know, plus you're a good person, you got a good vibe, you know, so
Yeah.
to draw people to you.
Yeah.
So, you know, and, you know, you're fortunate. You know what I'm saying? You're fortunate that, you know, God gave you the vision to leave the what you say, the mud alone.
Right, yeah.
So I mean, that's what's up, man. So, elaborate on us a little bit. How do you feel about, okay, with everything that you done said and growing up and all the activities with the gang violence and all that and, you know, colors and all that, with what's going on with Chicago, how do you feel about this? The Eddie Johnson was fired.
Right.
Do you think he was a help for Chicago as far as patrolling this area? Or do you think we should be more outraged with the firing of him?
I really think it ain't gonna make a difference.
Really?
I really think until the people get up and do something, it's always gonna be crazy. Somebody needs to police the police, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But like, you know, two things you ain't gonna never see is a UFO and six black people.
In that one.
I'm just telling you,
They saw the UFO.
a UFO and 10 black officers in a white neighborhood with a white guy on the ground.
Okay.
Searching. You ain't gonna never see that.
No, you
You ain't gonna never see that. You know what I'm saying?
They
It's
let them
like,
walk out handcuffed.
you got a better chance of seeing a UFO, obviously. She ain't say she seen the police. So it's just like when you come out your house and you seen people that don't look like you. To me, I be feeling like I'm watching Roots or something. Like I'm like, wow, they all and nobody doing nothing. They just stumping the man in the head. Like honestly. The only time I ever really been to jail before I caught that fair case was for getting into it with the police.
Wow, okay.
For messing with other people. They ain't even doing nothing to me.
Wow.
For messing with, and I done been to jail. I probably would got arrested like 60 times for disorderly conduct and all that stuff.
Okay.
Because it's just like, who gonna stand up? But you know, like I rock with Chairman Fred Hampton Jr. heavy. That's my man. He on my album, everything. But it's like sometimes I feel like we find a lost cause.
Right.
Because it's just like, you know, I rock with you. What me and you finna, and somebody had to teach me this, what me and you finna go outside and fight 30 dudes for so our teeth can be chipped and black eyes and all that stuff?
Die.
Like, nah, we need to just stay in here and wait for some reinforcements or wait till they leave.
You know, I'm staying in here.
Right. But that's how I feel with this. It's just like, I feel like we find a lost cause because people is too lazy. I ain't gonna even say they scared.
Do you think, okay, when you say the people, you talking about the people that's hanging outside, or do you mean the people that's inside, like the parents? Do you think the parents are scared to raise the kids the right way? Or because I see a lot of kids, you know, once they grow up and get to a certain age, they have no respect for the family, for the mothers, fathers, household, and they was raised by the street. Do you think if the family was more in tune, you know what I'm saying? Would it be a different
Definitely.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. Like,
Definitely.
My mama did more, but my parents, they never sat me down and said, "Hey, do it this way."
Right, mine neither. And I grew up in Inglewood, just like you.
They ain't never. But by watching them do the right thing, made me do the right thing. Right. The same way with the police, straight from my mama and daddy. The same way. It's like, I don't have to put up with this. Right. Cool if they gonna let you do that to them, but you're not finna do it to me. You see what I'm saying?
So family values.
Like when I caught the Fed case, literally, I got indicted for making videos with money.
Wow.
Literally. Right. They went out like some thoughts or something, trying to indict me for that.
Put some dollar bills in your video.
Because once my lawyer like, okay, here go the bank statement of where that money came from. What we talking about?
Right, because you know that song, I'm going to be fresh when the feds watching.
Yeah, you know, that's my real life though. That came out when I was fighting my case. But, yeah, so it's like, I'm like, and they trying to get me to admit to something I didn't do. Like, well, I'm finna say I sold drugs and I wasn't selling drugs. I have to be the it. Like, y'all 20 years too late,
that's
fool.
Crazy.
Right. So it's just like,
but that's what they do, though.
People don't. Yes, people like, man, they got a 99% conviction rate on all the slaves coming telling me that. Like I say, it's like in a slavery movie. They got it, man. Be careful what you're doing. They got a 99. I'm in jail. People come tell me this. I'm like, oh, okay. Tell Master I'm gonna be all right. Oh, no, ain't nobody tell me to come say that. But my mama and them, I'm the one in jail. They the main one. Oh, we gonna fight them to the end.
Right.
And it's just like,
but you got a different mindset when you in jail, man. You ain't worried about all that petty stuff that's going on.
That's right.
Cause you in jail trying to be a man. You gotta protect your manhood. You know what I'm saying? You got real stuff going on, so you ain't got time for all that. So I could really feel you on that part right there.
Yeah,
So what do you think that we can do as a people to get the kids off the street? I know it's gonna be something hard, but we need.
It's a no-win situation.
the kids ain't gonna never get out the street. The street is fun.
Right.
Well, okay,
but you gotta have some fun from the doing the street. Like when we was coming up, he older than me. But when we was coming up, you could go get on a baseball team.
Freely.
Yeah.
Yes.
You could go learn how to swim at Sherman Park.
Play football on the boulevard.
You could play football on the boulevard. Nah, they in these phones.
No leaders. I think it's no leaders. Jesse Jackson, he's getting old now. He is old. And you guys, we just don't have the leaders that we had back then. Like even our parents, or you had, like they said, the village. We had the village out there.
How you gonna be a leader when you ain't got leadership qualities? You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. Back then,
how can I tell you?
Qualities.
How can I call you like, hey Sadie, come be down with me. I'm gonna change your life. I'm sure I get this money. We gonna go do this, gonna do that. Like,
you ain't saying.
And I'm like, what?
Say it yourself.
Yeah, let me give you my address. Where you live? Oh, what? Oh, come down to 3B. We live in the same building. It's I can't leave you by example when I'm doing the same thing you're doing. And I'm saying that to say like, these people get high with their kids. Then you want me to respect you?
That's
you right about that. You most definitely right about that.
You
most definitely right. And then with that, I just don't understand. Like, how could you actually? My cat keep falling. How could you actually get high?
We'll take a break.
Okay.
Just understand. I don't understand.
Okay.
All right.
Hold on, let me turn my phone off. Because it was vibrating. It looked like I was digging in my butt.
Was you?
Little of both.
All right. I don't understand. In 3, 2.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand. Like, how could a parent that you raised your child, you birthed your child, you carried your child 9 months, and you actually sit there and smoke weed with your child, but then you wonder when they get older, even while they're young, why you disrespecting me? Wow. Because you hanging with your child like you a teenager.
Right. Same thing. Like with whoopings. You know what I'm saying? I grew up. You give whoopings to kids. They fighting. They fighting their kids now. You know what I'm saying? They fight. So, I mean, if you go on to the level, because of the difference of, you know what I'm saying, discipline. If you're going to fight somebody, you fight people on the street. You fight, strangers or whatever. But you whoop kids. Right. It's a difference.
I ain't gonna lie. I got away from whooping kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like I don't never want you to think it's cool for nobody to be beating on you.
Right.
That's true.
So it's just like, I don't care who it is. They hit you, you hit them back.
Right.
It ain't cool for nobody to be beating on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially my daughters, they never finna think it's cool for a dude to
never ever.
Well, when I was growing up, everybody was getting when somebody came through with the belt.
That's just me.
Everybody was getting.
I know I got whoopings, boy. My mama
I got my foot tied to the door because she was like, put the foot on the door. You ain't going nowhere.
I'm from the South. Me being from the South, you can imagine what I done went through.
You got the switch, right?
Whoa, wait.
Man, because that switch wrap around you. That's like one hit.
But see, I got the switch. When I was going to school, we used to get whoopings at school, paddles at school.
Right.
Oh, y'all was
still doing that with Chicago?
Yeah.
Oh, see, by the time I started, they stopped that, though.
Yeah. The paddles, the paddles. I remember Zeus.
Yeah. Okay.
That was the name of the paddles.
They had just stopped when I started.
Had holes in the you played football and went to gym or something.
Yes.
That's the man. The hell with the hope, man. Put the holes in.
Now you go to jail for whooping your kids. I know people got straight cases from whooping their son.
But you can see the different foundation in it, though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because where I come from and the way I was grown, my people, it's a lot of them still out here because we've been, disciplined.
Right.
So discipline always is the key.
It can be a good thing.
Well, I feel like the same thing they're gonna do to you in jail.
That's right.
I'm gonna take away what you like. I try and I give them a good life so I can show them, hey,
a bad life when you act up.
You're not gonna get this until you do the right thing. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I felt. Even though when I was growing up, I got the whoopings and I got stuff taken away from me. So I figured out they didn't have to do the whooping because eventually
I figured out
you're gonna get used. You're gonna get immune to getting whooped like the slaves.
Stop it.
Like the slaves. The slaves got immune to it. Like, I just want to get away from you because you're beating on me. You know what I'm saying?
Can I just throw this out there too? And another one thing is when we start with the foundation is, you know, the enemy has took the head out of the household. True. And the head, if you kill the head, the body will die. Right. So we need to so I think a lot of solution is, you know, when we have children, we need to stay with their lady.
Family. Keep the family together.
Honestly, about the head.
And we need more family shows. And took all the family shows, all this reality TV, where the family at, where the love
no more.
No, nothing.
But honestly, to me, the father being there.
It does matter a lot.
The father being there. Like, my daddy was there my whole life.
That's good. You was fortunate.
But guess what? He didn't have his daddy when he was growing up.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I'm just saying that to say,
that's one thing me and Tone always talk about on the radio show. Is back in the what was that, the 60s or the 70s when they came out with the
70s.
No.
you gotta watch out.
What I'm saying is what I'm saying is that back then, like in the 70s, right, in the 60s, right, well, you know, when they started having the public aid, you know, everybody was getting their money. They kind of stopped that. It was like, okay, only way we'll give you public aid. You can't have a man, husband, nothing.
Right.
And that right there is what actually pushed the man out the door. Because the woman, like, you know, okay, I rather depend on the government than depend on you. You know what I'm saying? Right. So that right there is when the head got cut off.
Men lost a lot of respect when that happened. You know what I'm saying? Pushed out.
I'm sorry, I probably
No, go ahead.
But not just that. A lot of the guys fall victim to trying to provide for their family and hustling. And, you know, they put it in our community. We never went and got it. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
But the thing is, we all had to eat a certain way. Now, a lot of people where I'm from, a lot of people didn't come from whole homes. You know, everybody's
missing something.
Everybody's missing something. There's always a missing link somewhere.
True.
You know, but
it's a puzzle.
Yeah, definitely. But they locked up. Covered up, or acting on drugs, or just, you know,
or just irresponsible and left.
They always attack the head, black men, brothers.
What he's saying, what I was trying to say, I don't think it's like the actual father is the problem, but like I was telling y'all earlier, they take away us, the people to look up to.
That's right.
So if it ain't no guy in the neighborhood for me to look up to, and I ain't got no father, and my uncle a crackhead, like, where do I go with this? You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
you teach yourself.
You
become a product of your environment. You
you got nobody to motivate you nowhere. Like, all you gonna do is try and be like I got no problem saying it. I came up watching my cousin Freedy was the man to me.
Right.
And he taught me a lot of stuff. He might have been wrong about some stuff, but he taught me a lot of stuff. And like, he taught me, now this man was just a straight player. He just had it. He just had it going on. But he taught me family values my daddy didn't teach me.
Right.
He literally.
That's what's up, Tom. He was like, he was a player. Tom was like,
that's what's up. He was a straight player. But he had them 2 wives. He was living like you're supposed to live.
Wow.
But he's still out here. They still do exist, right?
But he literally, like he was just telling me about my kids and his kids. My cousin Willie, literally, I'm sitting around the crib one day, I'm enjoying a nice summer day. Like, come on, you going with me? Well, go with you for. He like, you finna know my kids. I'm gonna take you you finna spend the summer with me. And I'm like, Mama! I wanna go to Joliet.
Right.
But he took me, and like he said about his cousins, my cousins in Joliet like my brothers now.
Right.
You know? And it's like, if he wouldn't have did that, it wouldn't have happened. And I feel bad. I ain't never did that with my son. Like, nah, come on, you finna go.
Right.
Even my cousins in Joliet, our kids don't really even know each other. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
make that link.
And we like brothers. Like, me and they daddies like brothers, and our kids don't even know each other. But my cousin Willie who was my daddy's age, like his brother, he made me go out there and spend the summer with my cousins.
Well, that's what they did back then. We had to go to Mississippi,
I do that now.
Tennessee, Arkansas. You know.
This is Joliet though.
This is like down the street, right?
Yeah, it's like people ain't doing this like you say. We would have to do this down south.
Yes.
Because I'm the same way with my cousins down south.
Right.
But they're not doing this in Chicago. Like I got.
True.
I be looking at my little cousins fall out with each other. So like we never could have did that.
That's true.
Right.
But like I say, you got nothing to look up to.
You gotta know your family, man, because you could.
You say I saw you put that on Facebook the other day, and I'm like, that's how I feel about my family. It's a competition now on Thanksgiving. Because all of us came up with nothing, so now everybody got something.
Right.
So instead of like, well, hey, let's do something at my house this time. We do something like, no, everybody's gonna come see my house.
Right.
It's just like. Family. I just don't. To me, that's what they messed up the world. Family values. They just not there no more. Like I say, I learned it from a player. Family values. It's like people need to be teaching this to people, and they don't.
Right. The family. It's like the family code is like you just said, it's gone. It's like the street code is still out there, but ain't nobody enforcing it.
Right.
And it's like it's all just crumbling. And we paying the back half, but we getting the backlash up.
We getting the back.
You know what I'm saying?
We getting
the people that's trying to do out here do the right thing. You know what I'm saying, and bring people together.
But even with the street code, it's all messed up. Because I remember back then, you couldn't hurt a woman and a child.
That's
now
ain't nobody respecting
it's no respect. It's no respect. Now they so quick to kill the baby and the mama.
I saw a dude jump on this lady back, but she was pumping gas.
But see, all that still go back to they, which is the enemy, I think. I say, I don't know. They done took
the enemy. Come on, bro.
Yeah, the enemy. Yeah, the enemy. But they done took the heads away.
Well,
so these youngins don't got no foundation. They ain't been groomed by nobody.
No foundation.
You see what I'm saying? And they just renegade and they doing it. They just wild.
Right. It's like renegades.
Yeah, it's renegades. And they ain't been groomed by no real OGs.
That's why there's so many flags.
You feel
what I'm saying? So many. I used to just wonder, okay, it used to be so simple. Now you got all these branches of flags on these different games. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And it's like, wow, how do people keep up territories? And
it's funny. It's funny how he's saying like about the heads. I think people get it misconstrued. The head don't have to be no old dude my age.
No, you're right.
What am I finna sit up and talk to somebody 18 years old about telling like, yeah, man, my back was feeling bad this morning when I got up.
Right. Because
the leaders are amongst you.
Right, because I seen one of my guy, God bless his soul, but he used to lead grown-ups in the hood.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Setting sections. People 10, 15 years older than him giving loyalty to him. You know what I'm saying? So, I can see what you say. You ain't got to be, if you got the knowledge, you can lead. And that's what we need.
You cried when Tupac died.
Like
Tupac, you didn't even know this dude. You
like
know what I'm saying? Because he was one of you.
Yeah,
you saw where he could take. You know what I'm saying?
His lyrics.
So it's like he said, that's really where the enemy is stopping. He's stopping these people from giving a message to be the leader. The message. Remember, I told you earlier, like, hey man, don't ever get caught up in what these rappers be rapping about.
Exactly.
Because they completely different. But they won't let them rap about that.
Right.
So it's just like, no, you're not finna be like Ice Cube giving the people this voice and or being what Tupac was.
But it's like
they shutting it down.
Though. But it's like a catch-22 because you want to have free rap out there. You want people to be able to express themselves. But at the same time, do you want them to be able to express themselves and then some little gunner or whatever, he do his little dirt in the street. Now he want to blame it on what he done heard from this rapper.
Hey
you know
man,
what I'm saying?
I'm finna tell you this. I'm finna tell the world the stone cold truth, Tom.
Okay.
Now, I've been in a rap game, but like you said, I'm known better as a promoter. Like me being a rapper is new to people, right? Because I always feel like I can't rap about what I want to rap about. So finally, once patting out and went, man, you need to do something. Okay. I was like, well, first, I'm finna get my image to where it needs to be before I even come out with anything.
Right.
And I'm just tell you the truth. I don't want to sit up and portray myself as a gangster, as a pimp and a player and all that, but that's all people want right now.
Right.
They don't want me to. They don't want to see me with my kids. Go look at my Facebook page. You never see me post a picture with my kids. Okay. It ain't that I'm ashamed of them, that I think they ugly or nothing, but people don't want that from me. I told a girl one time, I said, hey, let's post a picture together and say we're in a relationship. 2 likes. Because they like, what? How dare you?
Right.
You can have a life and have a woman.
Right.
So people don't know if I'm in a relationship or not, man. It's like people be rooting for me to just be the player. People think I can be getting drunk and have parties. And like,
The only reason I'm laughing, man, you sound like my daughter. She be like, I can't put that on there. I'm trying to get 50 likes.
They want these likes. They want these likes. But
oh my God.
I be
People
trying to be
actually die
positive.
for likes. They really
I've seen wars started. People kill each other over
likes.
People be like,
people kill each other.
since nobody like my thing, I'm deleting all y'all suckers.
Yeah.
So like,
Facebook, police don't have to do no more work.
right.
They just go
Go
put
Facebook.
up their Facebook. There we go.
Yeah.
Like, here you go with that on there. Like, that's what you wore. It's like, but it's just like people just don't want nothing positive, man.
Right.
It's like with me, I'm telling you, I see it. I be seeing people rooting for me as being a player. They be rooting for it. You know what I'm saying? They be rooting. So it's like, if I do get a woman, she's still gonna have to go along with this. I'm gonna have to say, you gotta let me be.
But like I said, that's that catch-22, that image. You showing that image out there. So when somebody do approach you or something like that, they might be a person on the street or whatever. You're a person on the street.
Right.
But that image you put out there, they might be like, oh, okay, we're gonna test him.
Yeah, well, again, like I said though,
that's deep.
That's the image that you gotta throw. People won't know that I'm the last person who's gonna do something to them.
Okay.
Right.
But they might think
They don't
like
know that though.
they don't know that, but that's the image that I have to give them,
Right.
because that's the all that, like he say, the enemy want people to pay attention to.
Yeah.
People don't know. I'm probably the best person you can get some advice from for not being in a relationship, not a mess. Like I said, I watched my mama and daddy be married my whole life. My brother is married. My brothers is married. My sister is married.
Right.
I'm just a different angle on it. But no, when I get on the mic, I'm not finna talk about that.
Right.
I'm not finna say, because nobody want to hear that from me. They want to hear.
They don't want to hear nothing positive.
Right. They don't want to hear that you got the best of both worlds. People want to know about that world out there.
But I can kind of like, I don't know, because I know like with Puffy, like on his Instagram page, he promote his kids. He put his kids on there. People just love it. I don't know.
He on a different level though.
Okay.
He not on the come up.
Right.
People that's on the come up.
Right.
Think about any other rappers out. People that's on the come up, you don't see that. They don't see their personal side.
No.
They don't want you to see that they boring and all they do. Like, this is an act. People put on an act.
That's true.
Like, my persona is close to my real life though, so I think that's what make it work for me.
Right.
A lot of these dudes acting like I'm broke. I be broke sometime. I be sitting around waiting. Then ding dong, cash app hit, somebody done send me some money. Back on, $50,000. Let's do it. Because it's like keeping up with that lifestyle is expensive.
Yeah.
So that's why they tell you, like, well, if I come out to the club, I have to get paid this, because they gotta go buy an outfit. Yeah. They gotta go rent a car, because they probably ain't got no car, or pay somebody to get them. But this is all an act.
They get paid by the club.
But they gonna use all the money.
Right.
Trying to act like they rich. They gonna have to throw the money back in the club all over again. It's just all smoke and mirrors, man. It's just like, I be feeling sorry, because all I want to talk about is people how to get out the game. That's if it was up to me, all I would rap about is getting out the game, not selling dope, watching snakes, watching women that's gonna be with somebody else the minute you get locked up anyway. But nobody want to hear that, so I have to act like I'm part of this foolishness sometimes, just to sneak it in, because nobody like medicine. So sometimes you got to tell the kid, it's an airplane. You know what I'm saying? So that's why that's why that lady think that from the Steve Wilkos. So if she knew I'm the most boringest dude ever, like he told me last night, like, it's almost your bedtime.
Yes, sir. They don't know him. I do.
And it was like 8 o'clock. What time I go to bed last night?
8:30.
You know what I'm saying? People don't understand this, but it's just like, you just gotta, like my own son, I can't pay him to come in the studio and rap. You're like, man, no, I gotta get some money first. And I was like, are you crazy? I'm like, I can just put you on the stage in front of people who call me all day trying to get what you can get for free. No, man, I gotta get my money right. And I gotta be like, this dude is just retarded.
You sound like my brother. He's like, he can't do nothing. My money ain't right, man. I'm like, don't have to worry about nothing. I got you. Man, I ain't right though.
But see, these are the things that we lack from in America, because it's so hard for us as the peoples, to focus on the positive things when you're trying to get out the negative things.
Right. The negative so overwhelming.
Because things that they done took from us and capitalized on it, and they continue to do it today. And people need to open their eyes and realize it's time to do business. His time is now.
Right.
Oh,
Yes.
And he's dead serious because I be having to get away from him sometimes because I had to tell him I'm finna take a vacation, a break.
Right.
Because all we gotta get sweaty. Man, you still messing around, man. I got money on that. We gotta do this. You wanna do a TV interview? What? Oh man, it's about some money. Is they paying us? It's like so it's just like some people, but it's a good thing though. Because people need to see an attitude like his, so they understand. Like, yeah, I gotta have a job because, like he say, at the end of everything, I gotta take care of my kids.
Yeah.
That's all he say with everything, and he really, since I've known him, baby mamas can say whatever. I done seen him.
But black is on the set, though. You know what I'm saying? As far as being black, they think when you black and you successful, your product is free. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you black, we chop it up. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and promote you. Send me some of your stuff, man. Send me some of your stuff. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to take offense to that. Okay, because I'm out here trying to promote my stuff. I'm not just going to send you no stuff. Even though, okay, you Jay-Z or whatever. Come on now.
Hold on now.
Help me out.
Hold on. You got to be smart, though. It's like some people ask me to do stuff. Okay, like right now, I'm on a TV show.
Okay.
Nobody gave me their shirt to wear. I'm not finna buy your shirt to wear on TV to help you out. You're trying to get to where these people at.
Right.
So you need to be paying me for the promotion.
Right.
If anything, you know what I'm saying? So I get people who understand it. I get people who give me all type of stuff. Then I get people, I'm selling them for so-and-so. And I go about my business.
Right.
Like, no problem. Because like when I was getting my CDs made and stuff back in the day, when it was costing me $7 or some CD or whatever, when I barely had any money to do anything, because I'm leaving the street trying to do this rap stuff, it's no way when I bumped into certain people, I was like, yeah, man, you know, I get $15 for them. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, hey, man, just please listen to it for me or give it to somebody who's going to listen to it.
Right.
Because I know where to circle you in and I know where to take me, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's really how I advance, not being stupid, because I had a chance to be stupid, and I did that, and it had me back in the neighborhood. So when I got the second chance, it's just like, if you're trying to get somewhere, you got to pay for promotion anyway.
Did you do anything to help you with that, with the calculating part of it, as far as finance?
Anything I get, I'm gonna have the giveaway free section over here. I know I got to get this many away, but I gotta make sure
profit.
I mean, you even down the street if you know what you're doing. But hey, we don't do pass out.
Okay, how did you make that transfer from just going ahead and being normal beats to being profitable beats?
Well, the way I started making money, like I told you, I ain't started making money until I started messing with Project Pat and Debbie. I was making no money off of the music business.
Okay.
Every time I have 50 people with me, I got to pay for the weed, pay for the gas, pay for the everything.
Studio time.
And, you know, my mama really stepped in after she retired and started bringing the business side of everything into it. Then I started seeing where I'm failing, where I moved. So right now, it was a time I would have had 5 guys on security, 6 right there, all that. He's like, man, this fool beats coming. And then when we leave that, you know, my girl said I can't come home without
this. 200.
Yeah, so a lot of people do it for food. Like when I got with Crunchy, I'm like, man, we're not finna, even though some kind of way it still happens.
Right.
Like, man, I don't need 40 people with us everywhere we go, bro.
Right.
And God, because at the end of the day, how much money you gonna be leaving with if all them coming? And we gotta pay for that, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, once you treat it as a business, you ain't gonna do nothing but win. You know, and a lot of people don't treat the music business as a business. They think it's the friend's business.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So when I tell people like, hey, I get paid for this.
Right.
Or it costs this much, or they get mad. They get offended, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, what business can you get where you don't invest nothing and make some money? You know what I'm saying?
That's how what's his name? Tupac was saying when one of his sessions, he was like, all y'all standing around, I'm the only out here rapping. all y'all standing around. We got to make some money, collaborate. Let's do this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But he had to bring it to their attention. This ain't no lounging area. We come here to make money. This is a place of business.
Because the thing, I'm sorry, but the thing of business is never personal, but always business.
Right.
Never personal, but always business. You got me? So
yeah, that's what's up, man. But
even what y'all doing, you know, it's like sometimes, see, it's kind of crazy when I say it like this. Y'all on the come up though. But once you come up, people need to pay you to come out to their party. It was like, give me some gas money, give me some something, because I had to spend money to get to where I'm at right now.
Right, exactly.
You know, like we drove for 4 hours to get here.
Right.
I could have easily no, Sadie, I ain't gonna be able to make it because.
Right. I thought that's what I thought when I saw that comment earlier. I was like, dang, I was like, oh man, Beatz might not make it. I saw your Facebook comment. I was like, he put the little red man on there. I was like, oh, he having a bad day today. So I'm like, oh man, he might not but I'm glad you did make it. I'm glad you brought Kevin with you, you know what I'm saying? We wrapped it up real good with you all today, you know what I'm saying? We kind of, pressed for time. We gotta we gotta hit this we ain't gotta record this part. But I was just about to end the section. How you want to end the section?
Well, I can come in. I can just reintroduce them and then close up.
Right, because we want to do the
introduction.
The intro.
But listen. Can you say it might be another
a continuous?
Yeah.
Oh, we got 3 more shows, dog.
Okay,
we got 3 more shows booked up. We good.
Okay.
This man right here, we got his back. You know what I'm saying? It's all good.
It would be good if you could bring in Rick Ross.
Oh.
I don't deal with Rick Ross.
Yeah.
You don't deal with no more?
I deal with the freeway Rick Ross. So.
Oh, the freeway.
Yeah.
Now, who's the difference?
I thought the rapper, one was a drug
dealer. The drug dealer been along around.
And they don't get along. And
also, it was really too.
Yeah, that's like 50 Cent. Same thing.
Rick Ross, the rapper,
the original,
got his name from Freeway Rick Ross.
Oh, okay.
And
same thing.
He say he reached out to him and they was cool, and then he thought he exposed that he was a correctional officer, so then he started crapping on him, and they got real personal with stuff. But that's their business though. They grown men.
Right.
But I just ain't never dealt with them because I'm dealing with the other one. So it's like, you see me with a dude that you don't get along with, you might be like, hey, I ain't finna mess with homie.
Right.
But Rick Ross got people from Chicago running with him though. Like my homies run with him. So
Okay.
That's what's up.
But Freeway, I can get him anytime in town.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up.
I got a relationship with him.
Okay. Okay, so you still record?
You want me to record the outro?
Yeah.
Yeah, we about to start the intro.
So we're gonna do the outro first.
Okay, go ahead.
So you guys are thanking them for coming.
Right.
5, 4, 3, 2.
So I'm so glad. Well, Beatz, we know each other, me and you, Tone. So I really appreciate, you coming out on the show. I know you drove kind of far, so I really, really appreciate you coming. And also bringing Kevin with you as well. So I learned a lot from you even earlier today when we was talking in the back room. I learned a lot from you. And also, Beatz, I'm always learning a lot from you. You have such a humbleness about yourself. And, keep that going. A lot of people going to look up to you. A legend. You work with so many different people, and you put so much positive energy out there. You may not even know people, but people is watching you.
Yes.
They watching you. So I just truly appreciate you guys coming on the show today and just hanging out with me and Tone.
We appreciate both of y'all coming, you know what I'm saying? Giving us that Little Rock view of what went down, you know what I'm saying? It's all good. But, for the real, I'm glad you all came today. It's kind of chilly outside. And, y'all came from what, Little Rock? Where y'all just coming from?
Well, we was in a process. We just been stopping places.
Okay. Wherever y'all came from, we glad y'all came here today. So we appreciate y'all coming, man.
Well, we appreciate you having her.